What up, y'all? This is your boy, Mr. Downtown Melo, and you're listening to the Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio, live from Dubai for Friday, November 4th, 2016, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, on Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com, or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Wonder Woman released an action-packed new trailer starring Gal Gadot on Thursday. The full-length preview sees Wonder Woman, played by Gadot, a.k.a. Diana Prince, leave her home island and assume her sacred duty to defend the world. Chris Pine co-stars as Steve Trevor, an American fighter pilot and Wonder Woman's love interest, with Connie Nielsen and Robin Wright as her mom, Queen Hippolyta, and Aunt General Antolp. Wonder Woman is directed by Monsters Helmer Patty Jenkins. Gadot first portrayed the character in Zack Snyder's Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice, which takes place 100 years after the new movie. The actress told Digital Spy in April, in Batman vs. Superman, you get a glimpse of who she is, but not where she comes from. In Wonder Woman, this could be the first time we ever tell the coming-of-age story of how Diana became Wonder Woman. She also added, it's very interesting, it has moments of humor, but it's pretty dark. We go back 100 years to when she was more naive. She's this young idealist, she's pure, very different to the experienced, super confident grown woman you've seen. Wonder Woman opens in theaters June 2nd. Gadot will also portray the superhero in Justice League, which opens on November 17th, 2017, and Justice League Part 2, which opens June 14th, 2019. Lalala Land released a new dazzling new trailer with Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling on Thursday. The full-length preview sees aspiring actress Mia Dolan, played by Stone, and jazz pianist Sebastian Wilder, played by Gosling, sing, dance, and fall in love as they pursue their dreams in Hollywood. J.K. Simmons co-stars as Bill, Sebastian's bar manager Bill, with Rosemary DeWitt as Laura, Sebastian's sister. Finn Wittrock, Thomas Everett Scott, and John Legend also have roles. La La Land is directed by Whiplash Helmer Damien Chazelle. Stone and Gosling, who previously co-starred in Crazy Stupid Love and Gangster Squad, told Vanity Fair in September that the musical presents a new challenge. Gosling said, "We were asked to improvise, which is not really common. You work differently when you work that way, and you get to know somebody as an actor in a different way when you work that way, because you're creating the scene as you go along." Stone added, "You sort of bond in a way pretty quickly when you're challenging each other in that way." La La Land opens in theaters December 9th. Stone will also star in The Battle of the Sexes with Steve Carell and the new Netflix series Maniac, while Gosling is slated for Waitlist with Natalie Portman and Blade Runner 2049. Netflix has released a minute-long teaser for its upcoming 8-part adaptation of the iconic Series of Unfortunate Events novel. The clip offers a first look at Emmy and Tony Award winner Neil Patrick Harris as the nefarious Count Olaf. The streaming service for the synopsis, which begins streaming on January 13th. The synopsis of the show says, "A series of unfortunate events recounts the tragic tale of the Burrido orphans, Violet, Klaus, and Sonny, whose evil guardian Count Olaf will stop at nothing to get his hands on their inheritance. Siblings must outsmart Olaf at every turn, foiling his many devious plans and disguises in order to discover clues to their parents' mysterious death." Patrick Warburton, Joan Cusack, Melina Weissman, and Louis Hines will co-star. The release of the film version of Stephen King's The Dark Tower series has been pushed back from February 17th to the summer of 2017. The film was unable to keep its post-production schedule, and the studio is looking for more time to complete visual effects and extend the movie's promotion. The crew opted to push back the release date rather than add millions to its modest budget of $60 million in order to add the necessary effects. A source told Entertainment Weekly, "It's a very fiscally responsible budget, and trying to stay in budget to make money and stay profitable means that the VFX won't be finished in time. Now that there's more time, they're not paying rushing charges to get the effects where they need to be." The Dark Tower stars Idris Elba and Matthew McConaughey as Roland Deschain and Walter Paddock, the Man in Black. Michael Pena has signed on to star in Disney's upcoming fantasy epic, A Wrinkle in Time. According to Entertainment Weekly, Pena joins the Ava DuVernay-directed film as a character named Red. The film is an adaptation of the 1962 novel of the same name by Madeleine L'Engle. While there is no character named Red in the novel, signs point to the actor portraying a villain who is referred to in the book as the man with red eyes. News of Pena's casting follows news that Zach Galifianakis Andre Holland and Levi Miller have also joined the ensemble cast. The star-studded cast also includes Chris Pine, Oprah Winfrey, Reese Witherspoon, Mindy Kaling, Gugu Mbatha-Raw, and Storm Reid of 12 Years a Slave fame in the lead role. The story will tell the story of a young girl attempting to find her scientist father who is trapped inside the mysterious fifth dimension. A Wrinkle in Time currently has no release date. Don't Breathe director Fede Alvarez is in talks to helm Sony's planned sequel to 2011's The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo title, The Girl in the Spider's Web. Variety citing sources close to the project reported Sony is courting Alvarez after Don't Breathe took home $151.4 million worldwide at the box office. The sequel, which will be based on the fourth book in the series, released in 2015, that was written by David Langerkrantz after original creator and author Stieg Larsson died of a heart attack in 2004. Sony acquired the rights to the new novel shortly after release. The script is being handled by Stephen Knight. The original film was directed by David Fincher and star Rooney Mara as computer hacker Lisbeth Slander and Daniel Craig as journalist Mikhail Brumfovitz as they solve a murder mystery. The Girl in the Spider's Web continues the pair's adventure as Salander tries to track down what is left of her late father's criminal empire. Almost a year after 89 people were killed at an Eagles of Death Metal show in Paris, the band announced its story will air in an upcoming HBO documentary. Eagles of Death Metal, Nos Amis, Our Friends, directed by Colin Hanks, will showcase the band both before and after November 13, 2015, when terrorists stormed the Bataclan Theater and killed nearly 89 people who were attending the EODM concert. The film will air on HBO in February and will examine the band's emotional return to Paris following the attack, along with interviews with band members Jesse Hughes and Josh Holmes. Hank asks, how do you go on with your life when it's something like that? It's about that first step in trying to put life back together. The documentary has 3 parts: an introduction for those unfamiliar with the band's music, a retelling of the events of the night itself, minus images of actual deaths, and the band's return to Europe. The film's goal, according to HBO, was to document the band and their fans to try to make something positive from something truly unfathomable. Shonda Rhimes' hit series Scandal is returning on January 19th for its 6th season, and according to the new teaser trailer, the new president will be revealed. The trailer announced the election results are in, referencing to the dramatic presidential election that encompassed most of the last season. The literary explosive first episode shows Olivia Pope and former First Lady turned candidate Mellie Grant going head-to-head as Mellie's presidential bid nears its end. Scandal follows Pope, played by Kerry Washington, and her Washington, D.C. crisis management team as they navigate the often dangerous world of American politics. Tony Goldwyn, Scott Foley, Bellamy Young, Guillermo Diaz, Cornelius Smith Jr., and Portia de la Rossi also star in the series, which airs Thursdays at 9 p.m. on ABC. AMC says it has cast Wyatt Russell, the son of Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn, to play the lead role of Sean Dudley in Lodge 49. Written and created by Jim Gavin, the small-screen drama is to premiere in 2018. It is produced by Gavin, Peter Arco, Paul Giamatti, and Dan Carey. Arco also serves as the showrunner for the program, which follows an ex-surfer looking for a new purpose in life. Joe Stillerman, the president of original programming and development for AMC and Sundance TV, said in a statement Thursday, "Dud is a layered, complex, and fascinating character who embodies hope and fertility, comedy and tragedy, and the fragility of life. Wyatt brings the nuisance, warmth, and depth to this lovable and iconic character, and we're thrilled to have him." Wyatt Russell's credits include Black Mirror, Everybody Wants Some, and Folk Hero and Funny Guy. Ryan Reynolds appeared on Conan Wednesday and confirmed that his second child with Blake Lively, born in September, is a little girl. Reynolds said, 2 under 2 is tough, a lot of estrogen, it's like an American Girl doll took a shed on my life. The baby, whose name has not yet been revealed, joins big sister James, who turned 2 in January. Reynolds also joked with host Conan O'Brien after the reasons for his appearance on the show, which included promoting a new line of ham-based underwear to a fictional parenting book called 10 Easy Steps to Lower Your Child's Self-Esteem. He says, who wants a cocky know-it-all kid? Not this guy. Eventually, he revealed he was there to promote The Notebook 2, which also co-stars Conan McAdams. O'Brien says, I don't recall being involved in anything like this. Reynolds shared a clip of the two recreating the scene from the original film where actual stars Ryan Gosling and Rachel McAdams locked lips in the ring. Reynolds said following the clip, I'm never going home again. Lively later shared a photo to her Instagram showing Reynolds attempting to make up for his kiss with O'Brien. Lively wrote, the way I know that at Van City Reynolds got himself into huge trouble on at Team Coco tonight. Not only did he come home with my true love at Levain_Bakley cookies, but he personally toasted them for me and brought me a cup of milk with ice, literal brownie points. She quoted from The Notebook, hashtag if you're a bird, I'm a bird. Screen legend Meryl Streep is to be presented with the Cecil B. deMille Award at the 74th Golden Globes, the Hollywood Foreign Press Association announced Thursday. Streep is already an 8-time Golden Globe winner. The deMille Award is a lifetime achievement honor previously bestowed on actors like George Clooney, Woody Allen, Jodie Foster, Morgan Freeman, Robert De Niro, Martin Scorsese, Steven Spielberg, Warren Beatty, Anthony Hopkins, the late Robin Williams, Michael Douglas, Gene Hackman, Harrison Ford, Al Pacino, and Barbra Streisand. This year's Golden Globe ceremonies is set to take place January 8th. Jimmy Fallon will host the event at the Beverly Hilton Hotel, and it will air on NBC. Lorenzo Soria, the organization's president, said in a statement, "It is no surprise that the Hollywood Foreign Press Association has chosen Meryl Streep as the recipient of the 2017 Cecil B. deMille Award. Meryl's enthralling body of work across a diverse set of genres has made her a role model for over the past 40 years, and she will continue to do so for generations to come. She's always taken roles with strong female leads, creating art by showing vulnerability and portraying truth on the big screen. Simply put, she's a trailblazer, having paved the way for women in television, film, and stage, for shattering genders and age barriers, all with finesse and grace. The Hollywood Foreign Press Association is humble to bestow this honor upon her." Real Housewives of Atlanta star Phaedra Parks is officially a single woman. The 43-year-old reality star announced Wednesday on TMZ Rants that she and husband Apollo Needy have finalized their divorce more than 2 years after their initial split. She told host Raquel Harper, "It is final. I never say never, but in this case, I don't think reconciliation will be a possibility. At the end of the day, we're friends, and we have our kids together, so we'll always be friends. We'll always have a relationship." Parks and Nita, who share 6-year-old son Aiden and 3-year-old son Dylan, split in 2014 after nearly 5 years of marriage. Nita has started an 8-year prison sentence this month after pleading guilty to conspiracy to commit mail, wire, and bank fraud. Parks told People magazine, "At this time, dating is not really my top priority. My priority is making sure my kids are okay. I think dating is in the bright new future, but it's got to be someone who's definitely a really good guy. I can't have crazy at this point in my life." She said of her drama with Nita, it was hard to have such a traumatic real-life scenario happen on all the cameras in front of everybody, but at the end of the day, it's not only made me stronger as a woman, but it's made me look after life differently. I think I'm a better person because of it. Parks joined the Real Housewives of Atlanta in Season 3. Bravo series co-stars Sherry Whitfield, Candy Burris, Cynthia Bailey, Kenya Moore, and Portia Williams, and will return for a 9th season Sunday. Lil Wayne apologized for dismissive comments he made about the Black Lives Matter movement during an interview with ABC's Nightline. Speaking with TMZ, the rapper later said he was negative towards Black Lives Matter due to early questions from reporter Lindsay Davis about his daughter. Wayne said, "When the reporter began asking me questions about my daughter being labeled a bitch and a hoe, I got agitated. From there was no thought put into her questions and my responses." He said apologies to anyone who was offended. Wayne originally called Black Lives Matter weird and said he did not feel connected to it. Wayne said on Tuesday, "I'm a young, black, and rich guy. If that doesn't let you know that America understands black people matters these days, I don't know what it is. Don't come at me with that dumb crap, man. My life matters, especially to my shit." And he also added, "I don't feel connected to a fucking thing that I ain't got nothing to do with me. If you do, you're crazy as shit." Before he took out a red cloth and cut the interview short. "I'm connecting this flag right fucking here because I'm connected. I'm a gangbanger now." As Wayne walked away from the interview, he could be heard explaining, "I ain't no fucking politician." The questions regarding his daughter came after Davis pressed Wayne about the content of his music, which included misogynistic and offensive language. When asked if he would have a problem with someone calling his daughter a hoe, Wayne responded, "If they're calling her a hoe, I have a huge problem with that. Yeah, but I've never called a certain female with that name unless I got a real big problem with her." Wayne had appeared on Nightline to promote his recently released jail memoir, Gone Till November, that covers his time spent at Rikers Island in 2010. Taylor Swift has taken the #1 spot atop the Forbes annual highest paid women in music list ahead of Adele and Madonna. The list, released Wednesday, has the Shake It Off singer earning $170 million over the past year thanks in part to her lucrative 1989 tour and her various endorsement deals with Keds, Diet Coke, and Apple. Coming in second place is Adele, who earned $80.5 million in 2016, due in large part to sales from her best-selling album 25. Rounding up the rest of the top five is Madonna, close behind Adele with $76.5 million, Rihanna, who took home $75 million, and Beyonce, who earned $54 million. Forbes notes that they expect Beyonce to come in higher for next year's list due to her high-grossing Formation World Tour, which cannot be factored into this year's earnings. The highest-paid women in music list measures income earned from June 1st, 2015 to June 1st, 2016 before taxes and management fees. Last year, Swift came in second with $80 million behind Katy Perry, who has earned $135 million. Now Perry has dropped down to the number 6 spot with $41 million. Swift was last seen during Wednesday's CMA Awards in Nashville, where she presented Garth Brooks with the Entertainer of the Year award. And in a related story, Taylor Swift and Drake are teaming up, Music Insider's report. Sources told Page Six, the 26-year-old U.S. singer and 30-year-old Canadian rapper who sparked romance rumors at Drake's birthday party in October, have begun working together in the studio. Insider says they've been in the studio collaborating. Reps for the recording artists have no comment. E! News also reported that Swift and Drake are collaborating on brand new music. Sources said fans can expect a unique sound from the pair, who have 11 Grammy wins and 56 nominations between them. And Insider says the music that they have been working on is different but very catchy. They've both been having a great time in the studio. Swift and Drake had gotten tongues wagging at the rapper's birthday bash on October 23rd in Los Angeles. The rapper introduced Swift to his mom at the event, TMZ reported, and was also seen getting closer with the Bad Blood singer. A source told E! News that at the party, at one point, Drake and Taylor were seen near the DJ talking together, his arm over her shoulder for a minute, like a real friend moment. It looked like they were talking about something deep. Swift last released the album 1989 and 2014, which debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200 albums charts. Drake released his fourth studio album, Views, in April, which included the singles Hot Like Bling and Too Good. And now let's take a look at what happened on this date in entertainment history. On this date in 1990, Dances with Wolves, a film about American Civil War era soldier and a group of Sioux Indians that starred Kevin Costner and also marked his directorial debut, premieres in Los Angeles. The film, which opened across the United States on November 21st, 1990, was a surprise box office success and earned 12 Academy Award nominations, including Best Actor for Costner. Dances with Wolves took home 7 Oscars, including Best Picture and Best Director, and solidified Costner's place on Hollywood's A-list. Costner was born on January 18, 1955, in Linwood, California, and by the early 80s had racked up a small list of film credits. He was cast in the 1983 hit The Big Chill, but all his scenes were cut before the film was released. Costner went on to co-star in Silverado in 1985 with Kevin Kline and Danny Glover, The Untouchables in 1987 with Sean Connery, Andy Garcia, and Robert De Niro, and No Way Out in 1987 with Gene Hackman and Sean Young. Costner then struck box office gold with the baseball film Bull Durham in 1988, in which he starred in a title role opposite Susan Sarandon, and Field of Dreams in 1989, in which he played a farmer who built a baseball diamond in his cornfield. Field of Dreams was also nominated for 3 Academy Awards, including Best Picture. In 1990's Dancing with Wolves, Costner played the Union Army's Lieutenant John Dunbar, who travels to a desolated western post, befriends his Sioux neighbors, and eventually becomes an honorary member of their tribe. Based on a novel by Michael Blake, the film was shot on location, primarily in South Dakota, and contained Lakota dialogue with English language subtitles. Following the success of Dancing with Wolves, Costner went on to star in such films as Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves in 1991, in which he played the title role, Oliver Stone's JFK in 1991, The Bodyguard in 1992 with Whitney Houston, and the big-budget adventure film Waterworld in 1995, which was considered a major box office flop. The actor's film credits also include Tin Cup in 1996, Message in a Bottle in 1999, For the Love of the Game in 1999, The Upside of Anger in 2005, Rumor Has It in 2005, Mr. Brooks in 2007, in which Costner plays a serial killer, and Swing Vote in 2008. And that is your entertainment report for Friday, November 4th, 2016. I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back on Monday to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo. That's RAYMELO. On Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Everyone have a fantastic weekend. Good night, and God bless you all.